don't know how to black out in the bed. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hey, I know we're all busy today, but welcome to Konnect Up. Everybody running in circles all over the place. I'm not sure if our Lafayette will join us. She's trying to join us. I think she's in the car on the road somewhere. I don't know, but I'm sure she'll be joining if she can. And I'm just glad to be here. Hey, Kay Crawford, Pastor, how are you doing today? So wait for Lafayette to get in here. We're not necessarily waiting. If she comes in, I'm just not sure where because everybody's out and on the road today. And it's a busy day, but we decided to stop in anyway on our in-betweens to just kind of connect with the people. You see, I'm putting on my stuff. I got to leave as soon as we leave here. I don't know how to put on lipstick. So anyway, here's what it is. But we're here. Amen. We have Nyla is in with us. Minister Nyla is in with us. We have Glenda. Hey, Glenda. I hope you caught last week live show too. I know you text me about that. So you guys, how's everything going? What y'all got going on for today? Because like I said, we're just stopping in real quick so we can get on with the rest of our day.
Well, my day is in full swing. I am on the move. I had to stop through with my Konnect Up sisters, but I am excited about our second episode and our third episode. So I'm ready to see what the feedback is going to be from the second and the third episode. I think we saw some feedback from the second one, but the third one is going to be as equally as powerful.
Right.
So I'm ready to see what's going to happen. But listen, I'm bouncing from one place to the next today. I just got to keep it moving. I have like literally no minutes in between.
That's what we got today. I know Sheila is on the road.
Yes, I am. I got an appointment at 12, but I'm here.
Exactly. We're what you call committed, right? We're trying to get this stuff done, and I'm hoping. I don't know if LaFay has service where she is. I know she was on the road last time and chimed in with us as well. So we're all committed to doing this. But let's just chat about it. I know our next episode is the one we actually get into the weight that people are carrying, and we're talking about the suicide that is rampant amongst us. And so, my plea to everybody was not to take that lightly. To know that, even if they're not telling you that we need to pay attention, I'm still concerned about that, because it continued even after we got off. And so I don't know, Jesus is the answer. We know that, but I don't know the answer to telling ones that don't necessarily have the faith that we have, how they are to understand that, as we said last time, that is temporal and that things would change. So we're also, a lot of people are doing therapy now. It's not as taboo as it was. A lot of people are doing therapy now. And that's a whole nother subject that we're going to have to get into at some point. But I'm for therapy. Are you guys? I don't know.
I am definitely for therapy. I think that it has its place in our lives. And I'm for therapy when nothing isn't, we don't need therapy just because something is wrong. Because therapy can help us work through places that are unfamiliar to us, and they may be overwhelming to us. But especially if something is wrong, I'm definitely for therapy, because sometimes it's an outside person who gives us a different perspective, a clinical, view of it, a more in-depth view that can help us to process where we are and what we're dealing with. And now let me be clear. We're all for prayer, y'all. We believe in the power of prayer. We know that Jesus is the healer. He is the deliverer. We also believe that Jesus gave us these different doctors, the therapists, to be able to help us and to guide us through these things, whether they're Christian or otherwise. It doesn't mean that they don't have a tool or a technique to help us to cope and to navigate in these spaces. So I'm all for therapy.
Right. I know I am too. What about you, Sheila?
I totally agree. I believe in therapy. Sometimes you just have to you have to just talk and let it all out, and you can come away just feeling, and they that person you have confidence in. You always need to find that person you have confidence in. It's gonna believe to steer you in the right direction. But the thing is that you just need to get it out. Sometimes it has
Right,
to come out of your mouth, and
Mhm.
and then you feel better because
right,
they're able to give you a different perspective, a, a different picture, a different view that you haven't been seeing, because sometimes you're just in such a dark place that you
yes,
can't see yourself. So
yes,
it's just about getting your girlfriends together. If you don't know anybody else, get your girlfriends, get the person that you trust in your life. Now,
right,
trust in your life is the key.
Yeah.
That that say, girl, listen, this is it. And they are able to pull you out of that dark
right,
place.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
And something she's I was calling you. Your titles are showing. And so sometimes like you're saying that we don't we don't know how deep in we are sometimes. And sometimes connecting with the right people is what we have to do or what we need to do in order to move forward and to be prosperous. I know there are people that have gone through divorce. We've had people that, like I said, COVID has been rampant. We've had deaths. We've had people that have lost children. We've had
Yeah,
sickness. We've had family. And so I think it behooves us to surround ourselves with people that care for us and that
yeah,
can speak positively into our lives so that
yes,
we can come. It's important who I can't express it enough. Who you are connected to is 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 very important. So you have to have the right people, the right connections, and it can't just be anybody or who we think it should be, because that may not be the right person for you. So
that's
our
right.
connections are extremely important to us in order for us to move forward. And I know we're not going to be alone, but I want to throw in something. I was talking to um a couple of people, a young lady I know, and her daughter has started going to therapy. And I know my son was going to therapy, and I am all for therapy. But lately, these little millennials that we got, they're going to therapy, and they are basically turning on their parents. They're going back to this is
Yeah.
what happened to me, and I'm doing a curve on y'all because we're gonna go with this because I'm seeing so much of it and I'm getting so many phone calls about it, and people like, "What? I did the best. I didn't treat them the way I was treated." If I do have any therapists listening, I don't think therapy is to tear apart the family unit. So somewhere in the
Right.
middle of all this, something's going on, and I'm just kind of not getting it and understanding it. And so I was able to talk to her because it happened to me with my youngest son, and it's like, no, therapy is supposed to help you deal with this, not tear apart the family. And then we have to be careful with that too, because I don't sometimes they're telling stuff that really didn't even happen. So
Well,
it's like,
they're turning therapy into bashing sessions,
yes,
Yeah,
into finger pointing versus actually trying to process the true things that actually may have happened, or maybe their feelings about things that happened. Because we gotta get to a point where we understand that everything that happened wasn't necessarily bad. It wasn't necessarily against you. It may have
right,
affected you in a certain way, and you may need to work through that. But what's
right,
happening is many people are using therapy as a way to bash people, to drag their name, so to speak, to point fingers that really, and it's like you said, some of this stuff is really not what it's not what you're saying.
right,
It's what you come up with in your mind.
right.
He says that, and that's a whole nother,
That's
place
a
that you
whole
have to
nother.
work through. Right. But I think that also, I don't know how we fix that. I'm not a therapist. And I don't know how therapists handle that in their sessions. But what I do know, because I've experienced it as well, is that it's not helping the family units at all. It's not
No,
helping bring any resolution or unity or reconciliation. What it's doing is it's creating a bigger bridge between the families.
exactly. And they're not talking. So now you came back to and you said, okay, this is what I'm going on my therapy. These are things that happened to me and I wanted to get it out. And then the parent says, okay, I hear you. That was not my intention. I didn't know that did that to you. And I'm telling you, because I'm just gonna say my youngest son, he's in contact with my oldest son. But as far as a conversation with me, I haven't had a conversation with my youngest son in almost 2 years now because he's gotten himself caught up in some stuff. And then he went to therapy in some kind of way. Did we abuse him? Are you kidding me? I'm like, where does that come from? Like, I mean, who is this therapist? You know, whatever.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go, make sure you have somebody that's gonna hold you accountable for your actions as
And
well.
that's the other part right there.
And
They're
so
not
that way,
holding the people
yes,
who are. See, when I went to therapy, she held me accountable. Yes,
yes,
there were things that were done to me, that were said to me. There were things I experienced, but she held me accountable for my mindset,
right,
the times when I didn't want to shift my mindset,
right,
when I was unyielding. Sometimes she held me accountable. There is no accountability now.
right. And that's the part that I think that's the part that because I'm getting these phone calls, you know, and that's the part that people are hurting, you know, and the parents are now. It's like, okay, you're trying to help relieve the younger person, but you're throwing pain onto parents that weren't bad. I know I ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And so then you got people carrying, now you got parents that are now carrying an extra weight because our goal as good parents is never to hurt or harm our children, you know. And so I'm saying I'm bringing that into the loop, y'all, because this is another piece that's now, hey Tracy, that is now an additional weight that's being added on to our parents and to our generation, that it's our fault, you know, that if something doesn't go right with you, it's your parents' fault. And if you can get over the fact that she told you to sit down, it's the fault. Now, I'm not bashing therapy from any standpoint because I
Absolutely not.
believe in therapy. That's my field of study. I love it. I believe in it. But come on now, it's got to be done right. I don't see the benefit of a younger person going and everything that's wrong is somebody else's fault now, because now
Right.
you made some decisions on your own at this point. You understand what I'm saying? So
And
that's
we have to be able to make those, you know, at some point in your life. You know,
right.
when you to me get a certain age, like I agree, you have to take responsibility for your actions. And even if, like you said, your parents did the best that they could. I ain't
Right.
saying all of them, but most of them did the best they
Right.
knew how. And but you know what? Sometimes it's just a cop out. It's an scapegoat for that
Yeah.
person who's not wanting to grow up. It's like, okay, well, you 25, you 30 now.
Come
You
on.
gotta take some responsibility. I mean, I was about to say get over it, but
Deal with what happened.
get somewhere that's going to.
And let's tell some truth about what didn't happen.
You got
Right.
to get yourself. You got to get yourself to a place that you say, okay, I got to be able to deal with this. And then I got to move on. I got to find a way to get myself out of this hole so that I
Right.
can move on with my life. Because if you don't, then you're going to stay there the rest of your life and you're going to always point the finger and blaming this. This person did this. This person did that. This person did this to me. And stop the blame game. And let me just try to deal with Sheila. Can I
Exactly.
just try to say this did happen. It happened, whether it happened or not. Okay, I accept that it happened, or I think it happened, but now I gotta move out of this place.
Right.
Because
And
you
you
can
have to.
We have to make a decision that we want to move out of this place. And you know what, y'all? Some of us did not have the best of parents. Let's be real clear.
We didn't. True.
But guess what? We at this point in our life, we cannot continue to blame whatever they did or didn't do for our success or lack of it. Because at some point, we come into a place where we can get to know God for ourselves. We get to know who we are, and we're not saying I am who I am because of you, or I'm who I am because of what you didn't do. No, I've now made a decision that, you know what, I saw your example, good or bad, and I can make a decision to do better, or I can make a decision to do worse. But we have to make some decisions. And I know, you know, when we have these conversations, the first thing that they want to say is, you all don't care. You're not compassionate.
Exactly.
It's not that we don't care. It's that, let me say it for Latrice, I am done accepting the blame for things that I did not do. I
Hello.
am done for accepting the blame for something you don't want to grow up from.
Yes.
Yeah.
It may or may not have happened the way you said it, but guess what? I will not be held in bondage by it.
Because
I
it's
had some people
that.
to say to me, and I got to jump off y'all because y'all know I have a consultation coming up.
Yes.
But I want to say this. I have some people who said to me, your children are if your children don't respect your ministry, then your ministry is worth nothing. I rebuke that lie in the name of
Right.
Jesus. If
Right.
your
Right.
children are a part of your business, and your business must not be, because your children reflect everything. No, they don't.
Right.
Because I'm
Right.
not a reflection of the parents who birthed me. I
Right.
am not.
Right. Right. Right.
And
And
just
we
like
have
I'm not a
yes.
reflection of them, my children, all of my children are not a reflection of me. I'm not going to be. Y'all got to stop sitting in bondage.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop
Right.
sitting
Right.
in bondage and stop allowing people to make you think because you have done everything you can, you've given all that you had, and because somebody decided it was not good enough, that does not mean it was not good enough.
I like that. I like to stop holding because that's what it's doing. We're being held in bondage now
Yes,
because
yes,
they say we did, and no, 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 no. And so I know for me, I probably have looked cruel to some people that know the situation, but I vowed and declared when my babies was babies that when they got up, I would parent them as young adults, but they would not hold me in a place where I'm miserable for the rest of my life. Chris on here
absolutely,
saying we all get a chance to reset our lives.
absolutely,
Exactly. Exactly.
absolutely.
And
Listen,
so,
I'm a product of divine reset. You hear me? I'm a product of looking at what the examples I had, good and bad, and said, okay, I know I need to do this, and I know I don't need to do that. But I
right.
don't have to bash them. I don't have to drag their names. And I'm watching these young people killing parents who literally were killing
Some
themselves
just
trying to
came on the
raise them.
news. Some just came on the news the other day where a young guy killed a grandparent. Kay Crawford, hold on, Teresa, I'm gonna let you go. I know you got to be there by.
All right.
Says hypothetically speaking, what if they don't know how to move forward? I just kinda in my own way kind of think that there's always somebody available to us to assist us if that's what we really
If
want.
we will
I
accept
kind of
them.
don't buy the narrative, and she's like hypothetically speaking, but I just kind of don't buy the narrative that you would not be given the opportunity to move forward if that's what you choose. I think that if that's what your mindset is, that's what you want, and you want to get out of it, then you're searching, trying to find what is that way until you find it. And I know sometimes it can be hard for people because when you're doing this, look, you got to look at you too. You've got to look at you too, and why you feel the way you feel and why you're saying the things that you're saying. So for me, I'm just telling y'all that this has become a weight for parents that have did what they consider their best to raise their kids. There are things that my mom did that I dare not repeat with my children. And when I talk to my son, my oldest son now, I would ask him, okay, what are some of the things that you felt we could have done differently with you? Because I want to have that conversation if there's any underlying factors. And then I also give him the freedom to say, hey, y'all did it this way, but I'm going to do it that way. That's his right. I'm okay with that. And I'm going to support that.
Absolutely.
I'm absolutely going to support that. So I just think that if you are really genuinely concerned about finding your way out or finding change, don't be here. I'm not saying for the young folk and anybody that needs not to go to therapy and you need to get the help that you need to get so you can move on. But I'm saying to the people that are hurt now because their children have turned their backs on them and are not talking to them and are blaming them for every single thing that has occurred in their life. I'm saying to you that it's your time to get up too. Do not be weighed down by their decision. Reset is the word Mr. Barton keeps putting out here. And I'm saying it again. Them kids need to reset, baby, and you need to reset too and move forward. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, I'm just telling you that these folk are hurting and crying when they call. Like, this is too much.
I'm jumping off, y'all. You going in, Tammy. I'm clapping my hands. I'm jumping off. I love y'all. This is a good conversation. We gotta finish this. We gotta delve into this some more.
Got to.
But I'll see y'all next time. We
Love you, sissy. We gonna get out right behind you, but
We
love
got
you. I'm gonna read a couple more comments, Sheila, because I know you driving, me can't see them. But Nyla puts on here that this is a good topic. We all been there, and some of us are still there. And yes, we do need to reset. And Mr. Barton put, my choice is mine to own at whatever age I am. I can choose a new path, seek, knock, ask. And the Bible says the door will be open. Okay? Like we will,
Yeah.
the answer is there. And we
Yeah.
got to do that. And so that's my thing. I couldn't keep blaming my mom for the hurt and the pain that I felt from things that happened behind doors
Right.
in our
Oh
home.
God.
If I was to move forward, then
That's
I had
good.
to figure out to forgive her and make the adjustments in my own life in order to be successful
Mhm.
and prosperous and
Mhm.
to move forward. So that's all I got to say on that. But that's just been, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm going to get off here. I had to rant on that. That just been on my heart. Like these people, girl, I feel so bad because everybody didn't have the attitude I think that I had when it came up in our life. Like, because I was already
Right.
my mind made up that I would not spend my days like my grandmama did, or my great grandmama, or on my side, raising and petting kids all my life. Like, no, you are
Yeah.
grown. You need to make decisions. So that's
Yeah.
just where I am. You can see I'm passionate about this. Like, now, listen now.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is bottom line. It's a decision
It is.
we have to move our own self out of. It's a that we move, make a decision for yourself and move, allow it to move yourself out of that place that you're in. But yes, this is a great subject.
I know it is. Glenda said on here, thanks, you reset. I need this. I love this topic. Tracy Trainer said, need a life coach to help you or a love you move forward. Give her a call. Tracy Trainer is she's a part of, she's always in on Connect Up stuff, and she is a life coach as well. LaFay says, hey, she didn't get to jump on, but let me let her say, hey, we're going to get out of here.
Okay.
There she is.
I'm going to off because I gotta go. But anyway, it was great.
Yes, love you. Thank you for jumping on. And I'm not gonna
Hey,
get out here too, but I wanted to let LaFay come in and say, hey, she said, hey Sheila.
hey,
Hey,
I
All
baby.
had,
right.
hey,
Bye.
I
Love
have
you.
been,
Love
love
you,
you
girl.
too. Been listening to the topic because I was typing Gabrielle, telling her to let me get on, and she was all
I
going
was
in.
gone.
She was all, but great topic. I think we do need to dwell in this even more. I'm sorry for late. Me and my spouse was doing some things
That's
later
good.
earlier, but great topic. Like some people say that we're going through this. Um, no one is exempt. I don't care what your nationality, your money, any of that. It
None of
doesn't
that.
matter.
None
I'm
of
going
that.
through a situation like that now, and just to hear Gabriel when she told me, she said, "It's not you. It's
Yes.
between them and God." And so
Right.
I
Right.
encourage you today, parents. It's time for us to start living.
To start living, we cannot go back. You can't undo the
Mm-mm.
past. You can't, none of that. And I think most of us did the best we could. And then there were times that, things that we are held at fault for that we did, but
Yes.
we get the chance to come back and say, like I say to my son when I did something, even when he was young, I was like, you know what? I could have handled that a little better. I would admit that, and this is what we need to do to move forward. Or I apologize, I love you, whatever. But you're not gonna hold me captive now. I'm not gonna live the rest of my life being held captive. But again, LaFay, I'm gonna get myself out of here. I think this is a great topic.
It is.
I just been getting phone calls. I'm like, hey, this is the thing now. I'm like, we need to be addressing this and letting those know that are being put in a position where now your kids are not even speaking to you because of something somebody else told them or something they shared with them, and they think that this is the answer to it, or whatever. I don't think the answer is to cut off your loved one or cut off your mom. Y'all got good
No.
parents, and you walking away, and they are so horrible now because when they told you to do something when you was in the sixth grade, like, I'm like, are you kidding me? So
Yes.
I do believe in therapy. I keep saying it. I'm all for it. That's my field of study. I love it. I think it benefits us. I think Kay was on here saying she's for, Christian therapy because they should be seeking God and spiritual guidance as well. But again, I love it. We would definitely be on it again because I just need to be on it.
Yes.
And stuff, and see, because that's another weight now that we
Yes.
are carrying, that we don't need to. That
No,
we
especially being, when you say like we're in the ministry or doing ministry things, and
right
then we say our own children are not
out
speaking to
there.
us, and out there. And so that is a weight. That's a
Right,
weight that we carry because we're like, how can we minister to other people when
right,
our children is not speaking
right,
to us?
right.
But I always go back to what Gabrielle said. It's now between them
Them,
and God. It's not you.
it's not you. It's between them, and that's what helped me to pay. You know what? You do that, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna believe God to work with you because you into stuff you ain't got no business being in. And
Hmm.
that's just what we want. And we're gonna talk about that. And we're gonna admit that. I know. Before it was a taboo thing, like in the church, you didn't want to talk about if your child was doing things they
No.
weren't. Oh, that meant it was shame on you, but this ain't shame on me. It's gonna be shame on them, and I'm just believing that they come on back like product son and
Yes.
get this thing right is what I'm hoping for. So again, we love you guys.
Hmm.
Y'all see we all over the place today, popping in, popping out, but we getting out here because we are committed to
Yes.
sharing with you and showing you that we love you and helping somebody some way move forward and enjoy life and just enjoy life. So we hope that you're gonna continue to connect up with us. We look forward
Yes.
to it. Stephanie made it in. Thanks. Hey, Stephanie. Now said it's good to hear that it's not me, girl. Now,
No.
so so we're gonna definitely, like I said, I'm getting a lot of phone calls in that vein, and I just want to make sure that we are addressing things that matter to the people that we are talking to. Okay. So
Yes.
again, thank you for jumping out. I know y'all busy today too. I know I'm headed out, got maybe 2 more appointments, but I love you guys. We love
Love you. We
you.
love you.
Connect Up Squad. We hope y'all have a blessed day. Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
All
Bye,
right. Until
everybody.
next
Love you.
time.
Remember to connect up.
Connect up.